Hello, good afternoon, and welcome to Multiverse Teach with Schubert Abreu. Schubert Abreu. Okay, we always do our meetings, recordings, or videos in both English, Creole. I think I'm thinking about even sometimes French, even if my French won't be as great or Spanish and some sign language. But we would love to actually put this into perspective. Okay, this is Multiverse Teach with me. And you can go on these links to always access more into finding out what's going on, what are those links, if you want to buy, learn, or subscribe into anything. Okay, so what we're going to be doing, this is our YouTube channel, and the description is we want that, you know, for you to learn about etiquette, child development, to writing and parenting, including even health, and a little talk about technology, autism and therapy as well. And this will be our niche. So we will discover plenty of opportunities, even talk about entrepreneurship so we can grow together. We'll learn so many different topics. This will be a unique channel with a variety of teachings that we can all learn something from. It will be based on a multilingual level of English, Haitian Creole, even some French and some Spanish, and sign language as well. We want to incorporate that. So this will be a multicultural, multilingual audience. So thank you and enjoy. So today we are going to share something. Let's see this here. We will be talking about continuing to talk about autism. Remember that our last video we did, it was on what is autism and red flags, and it was based on episode 2. So now this time, and even our live video, this was what is autism and red flags, episode 1. So now we will talk about continuing to talk about what is autism and red flags, episode 3. Okay, that's what we're going to name this video. We will do a new share. Okay, there you go. So are you able to see what's happening here? Okay, look, this is another form of autism. This is called childhood disintegrative disorder for episode 3. Okay, it is a rare condition that affects developmental delays in language, social function, and motor skills. Like we had this person called Thomas Heller who discovered this disorder in 1908. It is also similar and grouped with pervasive developmental disorder. The cause of CDD is unknown. Most of the time, CDD shows loss or regression in something they have learned, and usually the child regresses in receptive language skills, expressive language skills, social skills, motor skills, bowel, or even bladder problems. And the reason why I like to show my screen and share certain things, if I have a deaf cultural person who comes here and they were to kind of listening and learning this, at least they can, if they're not listening to what I'm saying because they're deaf, or they are hard of hearing, they're deaf or hard of hearing. So what we're going to be doing is having them to read this so they can actually learn if they were to bump into my channel. We are trying to have as many multilingual and multicultural ethnic group people come on our channel. Okay. So the childhood disintegrative disorder, CDD, c'est une condition qui ra qui affecte reta dans développement pour faire langage et dans fonction sociale pour communiquer avec mouvement musculaire. Thomas Heller te découvert maladie ça dans année 1908. Lycée comme si tout même gens ak groupe ak maladie pervasive developmental disorder que nous t'ai parlé déjà. OK, pervasive developmental disorder, nous t'ai mentionné maladie ça déjà. Nous allons montrer pervasive developmental disorder. This one is Rets. Okay, pervasive developmental disorder. That one is the highest functioning of all ASD. It is even higher functioning than Asperger's. This diagnosis typically meets the basic requirements for ASD. They tend to have challenges in social and language development. Okay, c'est même fonction de même seulement plus haut qui dans toute qualité ASD et pour autisme, les mêmes pire fonctionner pire toujours passer Asperger. Diagnostic ça typiquement satisfait conditions de base pour monde qui a problème autisme, yo gen tendance gen problème dans développement social ak langue. OK? So, c'est là nous rive. So, ça veut dire ça que me saute Liban là, OK? Les mêmes c'est problème fonction sociale avec mouvement musculaire après mon ça censé sur un wheelchair musculaire pas tellement travail OK so mon ça li vraiment groupé avec maladie pervasive OK ça me saute Libanon là et cause là dans CDDA c'est li inconnue. Puis fois CDD a li montre régression dans yon bagay yo te apprendre ak en général comme si ti moun nan les moun nan régresser ça veut dire faire bac. OK, li fait bac mais dans langue réceptif. Ça veut dire les que moi di ou yon bagay. Si moi di Schubert et prend de l'eau pour moi. C'est réceptif ou comprendre ça mando pour faire. OK? Ça veut dire ça, c'est réceptive. Expressive là, c'est les qu'on m'a parlé. Donc, on m'a parlé là, ça c'est langage expression, expressif. OK? Qu'on a ni même dans social, mouvement musculaire, problème pour aller dans toilette, pour pipi, ou soit pour aller à la selle, ou problème bladder. C'est ça, OK? So, qu'on a problème ça. Nous gagnons qui signe, OK, mais quelques signes qui gagnent. What are some of the signs? Mais quelques signes qui gagnent. A child with autism may have repetitive body movements, obsessive interests, attachments to objects, be overly sensitive to sight, smell, touch, taste, and hearing, have delayed or no language skills, and poor eye contact. Yo se ti moun ki a autisme, yo fait mouvement qui répétitif, mais ça, ouais, ça c'est un petit mon ti bay moi te mette là m'te projeté pour nous ka apprendre OK yo fait mouvement qui répétitif qui yo comme si yo gen intérêt obsession yo attaché au non objet non bagay yo kon sensible avec jeu yo sent yo touche goût et attendre yo retardé au soit yo kon pas gen aucun problème pour yo langage yo ni yo kon gen yon contact qui pas bon qui est gens pauvre comme si qui pas vraiment et bay so mais tout ça yo c'est pas veut dire faut que moun nan gen tout ça pour gen autisme moun nan ka gen on toi et puis gen autisme ça va veut dire tout gen même bagay dans leur gen autisme OK gen moun ki gen autisme te dit ça qui vraiment intelligent mais li gon l'autre petit problème li gen Asperger là ou bien pervasive là OK pervasive là OK parce qu'ils sont Asperger qui ou dans fonction hein? C'est seulement et problème yo gagné c'est développement social avec langue mais typiquement c'est ça seulement mais gen moun qui vraiment smart qui ka fonctionner puis bien parce que même avoir toujours autism. I am saying that all of these things don't mean that if someone is showing one or two, they already have autism. It doesn't mean they have to show all of this as well in order to have autism. And also, please do not be mistaken that autism means people who are very all the time developmental delay or they have an intellectual disability, pas tout un problème de disabilité intellectuelle. A lot of people you will find will bump to may have Asperger's, which is a form of autism. They are like very interestingly smart and can do a lot even better than me as a typical person without autism. So that's what I wanted to share. So who do you go to after seeing signs and symptoms? Ki moun ou we apre ke ou we sign et symptômes sa yo, okay? Okay, you have to go see a physician. Fo al we yon docteur, yon physicien, okay? Fo al we kom si yon spécialiste. Fo al we ou ka yon pédiatre, yon spécialiste. Moun sa yo, lo we sign sa yo, de plus souvent si yon neurologue, yo kon vo yo al we, ou bien pou al we yon développemental pédiatre, un pédiatre qui étudie sur bagage développemental, OK, sur comportement développemental, OK. And so a pediatrician and an early childhood care provider will help detect if your child is on the spectrum. So you can go see a neurologist or a developmental behavioral pediatrician. After the assessment is over and the diagnosis is made, your doctor will provide with a referral, the contact list of providers to start anything. It can be behavioral therapy, it can be speech therapy, it can be it depends what the problem is. If it's something that is like this, it can be physical therapy or occupational therapy, because sometimes occupational therapy, here you see, sometimes they help when it comes to things about motor and physical as well, physical therapy. OK, thérapie physique ou bien thérapie occupationnelle, yo aider avec moteur aussi, si ça dépend de qui thérapie et qui nan degré problème ti moun nan ye. It depends the degree of the problem that the person is facing for them to receive either physical or occupational therapy or even behavioral therapy. Behavioral therapy is ABA, Applied Behavior Analysis, c'est ABA, c'est application de yon analyse qui focus sur moun qui gen problème behavior. Moun ki gen problème comportement, et puis yo connaît aider trop là ouais moi c'est un behavior analyst, qualified behavior analyst. So moi c'est yon là dans yo et moi so developmental specialist, child development. So là yo kon bay médicament tout pour aider si you're vraiment hyper. If they're very hyper, they can give medications or something, or ADD, attention deficit disorder. You can buy a médicament pour focus. You can get up with focal. Focal is like one of the medications that they can be prescribed to. Okay, here, causes and risk factors. Qui sa qui kon cause yon moun fon ti moun ki problème autisme? Okay? Qui sa qui risque là? Okay? Okay. Multiple scientists and doctors believe some of the issues that cause autism came from the vaccinations given to the infants. However, some say this is not the case at all because none have really found profound evidence that the vaccines caused autism. And some people have found evidence that it does cause autism. And they have even mentioned that those who have found the cause for autism, sometimes they are whistleblowers. They have come forward to mention, hey, this is what we have found in the vaccines, but they make sure they shut their mouths, that they cannot talk. This thing... OK, en pile scientiste ak docteur kwe ke gen un peu nan problème que autisme li cause, li sorti nan vaccin. Parce que depuis nan ti moun yo bay ti moun yo vaccin, depuis yo nan enfant. OK? Kounya, mais en pile la dan yo kon pa kwe sa se ka sa du tout. Gen tout qui joignent yon évidence profonde en vaccin yo, gen docteur te joignent ça, mais gen docteur qui gen pile moun qui croit que gen docteur c'est BS, c'est pas vrai. C'est pas réel vraiment que yo joignent aucune évidence. Mais Gen moun ki rele yo ki te fait et qui dit yo te joun évidence, yo rele moun sa yo whistleblower, ça veut dire yo parle yon bagay, yo pa vle pou moun konnen, yo parle don bagay, yo kon demaske figi yo pa vle moun kon figi yo, y dit oui nou te joun vraiment résultat que vacciner le yo kon bay ti moun yo 2 à 3 vaccins. Sometimes they do give about 2 to 3 vaccinations in one visit to the infants. So, kounya la sa vin pase gen moun ki kwe ke nan vaksin yo gan pil bagay la dan yo. Men, there's some actually gen doktor yo kon di yo kon feb doktor yo feme bouch yo, ou be yo kon touye yo, ou be yo fe yo disparet. Moi-même, I won't stay much on this because moi-même mwen genye vim, mwen care pour vim. I care for my life, so I won't really stay on this too much. So let's move on. Okay, most scientists have agreed and based their facts that genes and influences from the environment have affected development that led to autism. Some researchers are rather confused and still try to comprehend why there are some people who are diagnosed with ASD and some are not. And why is there autism becoming very common and more common? Is it really genetics all the time? Pou ki sa autisme li vin commun kon sa, pou ki sa l commun an pil an koun a seri sou wè san pil ti moun kap fet avèk li, an pil moun ap kestyone sa, e gen le yo kon di se genetik, men si ou pa gan paron ki te gan rien kon sa, ok, ki te gan problem kon sa, Kreyòl pale Kreyòl kompren, so si ou pa gan paron ken fam you ki te genyen problem, aucun problème génétique nan fait autisme, comment faut fon ti moun li vin gen li même? Okay, so how is it that you have a child that end up having autism, being diagnosed with that, and with this disorder, and all of a sudden, they say it's genetics, and you have no one in your family, no family members, no grandparents, no one you knew ever had autism. So how is it that you have a child that people are questioning? You have a child that now has autism. Okay, so I won't stay much on that. So, men risk factor ki ka cause on moun gen ka arrive fe ti moun ki gen problem autisme. Alors yo bay sa yo comme risk factor, okay? Okay, having older parents, like you are a parent who's 35 years or older, you're 40, 45, 50 years old, and you're having children. Okay, this means that at this age, that means the older you become, the more risk you're exposed to having a kid like that. Okay, having a sibling with autism, very low birth weight, genetic conditions, and much more, like mothers who are pregnant and consuming medications, or mothers who are pregnant on alcohol, or they are getting drugs, or they are on, and all of that. So this can put the fetal brain at risk of the kid. We have valproate acid is a medication that can put the infant at risk. Valproate acid helps for people who have epilepsy. Okay, kede bagay ki kon si moun gen epilepsi fol pren, men kede lè kon enceinte epi lè sa on ba arrivo oblige pren pil médicament et le ka cause ti moun nou vin arrive gen problem. It's so any little thing you can be at risk because you go to the doctor, something happens, you are on high drugs. Okay, so okay, ça qui cause yo ou get 35 ans ou plus, 45, 40, 45, 50, et les so a font ti moun. Ou gen ti moun ki fait avec un poids qui bas, les ti moun qui doit 2 livres, 1 livre ou 3 livres, et 4 livres bel fait sous depuis 30 semaines, 25 semaines, 24, 23, 20 semaines, ça yo risque tout, yo risqué, et avec si pas maman yo qui enceinte, qui sous drogue, qui prend gros médicaments, gros base médicaments, mais qui fume ou bien qui fait marijuana, qui fait tout bail ça yo, qui boit alcool. Tout ça yo, avec moun qui gen épilepsie, ou puis yo gen gros dose médicaments y apprend, so ça yo ka arrive affecter ti moun nan si pendant li porte ti moun nan la porte bail ça yo. Okay. Qui lè pou commencer thérapie et treatment. You need to start treatment and therapy as early as the age of birth. That's why there's something called early intervention services from early steps. Now, early steps, c'est pas un bagay qui dans Floride là. Il y a l'autre non dans l'autre état. Moi-même, moi travaille dans ça, mais il y a l'autre non dans l'autre état qui c'est pas early steps, c'est l'autre bagay. Mais il y a commencé à aider ti moun évaluer ti moun depuis dans la 0 à 3. Okay, from birth till 3, they're already evaluating. There's evaluators who's evaluating, kids from birth to 3, making sure that they can receive early intervention services, the therapy, la caille, depuis dans base, puis au capable comme si pendant yo pi grand, yo get un pi bien et pi bien développé, so that they can, by the time they receive those early intervention services, they can develop and accordingly and be developmentally speaking by that, to meet all their developmental milestones on time. It is great to do that. So this the early intervention, kita balik desa, okay? A doctor can prescribe medication to your child, or they're receiving, like I said, therapy. Now, these are behaviors that are being displayed in order to treat these symptoms that are common, or for them to receive therapy. Sometimes you're irrité, you'll get aggression, they have irritability, aggression, repetitive behavior, behave qui répétitif, you're hyper, you get problem attention, you get problem anxiety, your anxiety, you get problem depression. Okay, with medication, a person with ASD may engage in fewer problems with the help of medications and therapies. Okay, so we're not going to keep this video long. I think I'm at 25 or 30 minutes already. I think what we're going to be doing, we already mentioned, I guess we're done, because we already mentioned about ABA, applied behavior analysis. What we do, we improve behavior, we improve social skills, qui joignent behavior therapy, behavior therapist. Okay, so we do help with correcting the problem behavior. We don't say bad behavior, in other words, bad behavior, but we like to say more challenging behaviors. Okay, we help with academics, but now they tell not to help with academics much, but communication, hygiene, grooming, gross motor, job proficiency, way they act tout bagay sa yo, so social skills, quand il s'agit de behavior therapy. Okay, we make sure that the individual has a better quality of life to succeed in and act as a normal person who does not have the disorder. So we do offer the treatment to individuals who are diagnosed with that. Even Down syndrome. Down syndrome, na, c'est mouti moun, depuis lo gade figure, this is Down syndrome. Ça, c'est Down syndrome. Est-ce qu'on figure ti moun sa même Jacques ça? This is Down syndrome. Do you see that this child's face is the same as this? No. Down syndrome, na figure ti jan disvide and everything. Ça fait really down. Okay, monsieur kon pas trop strong, down. Monsieur kon jan lage, down. Those are videos about children who have autism and how they behave. What I'm gonna do is do an episode 4 so that we can talk about showing videos about autism and how they behave. Thank you so much, everyone, for watching this with me, for learning. And then I will be having people coming on. We will be, interviewing people. So, merci un peu lorsque tu as suivi avec nous. C'était Multiverse Teach avec Schubert Abreu. Bye-bye. Et à la prochaine pour une autre vidéo pour épisode numéro 4 sur autism. All right, see you guys next time on episode 4 on autism so we can continue. Thank you. Bye-bye.